Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Bismillah walhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Welcome students to the final Tajweed test on Nuraniyah. Throughout Nuraniyah we have been learning certain rules, and we have been creating questions, and throughout we have been able to create 51 questions on Tajweed that we're going to ask Sumayyah now, and you should also be able to answer these questions, because we have been taking these questions throughout Nuraniyah. Let's see how well you do. Well, are you ready, Sumayyah? Alright, question number 1. How many letters are there in Arabic language?
29.
How many letters are heavy?
8.
What are the heavy letters?
خص ضغط قد أنرى.
Which is the only letter with no sound?
ألف.
How do we move the sounds of the letters?
بالحركات.
How many harakat are there in Arabic?
3.
What are the harakat?
فتحة كسرة and ضمة.
What does fatha do? Give an example.
It makes the sound go up like A.
What does kasra do? Give an example.
It makes the sound go down like E.
What does dhamma do? Give an example.
It makes the sound go around like U.
Are harakat long or short sounds?
They're short.
Stretching the harakat is called what?
مد.
What do we use to stretch the harakat?
حروف المد.
What are the huroof-ul-hija?
ألف ياء and واو.
Alif stretches which harakah? Give an example.
It stretches فتحة.
Like?
A.
Ya stretches which harakah? Give an example.
It stretches كسرة. Like E.
Wow stretches which harakah? Give an example.
It stretches ضمة like U.
How long are the harakat stretched with the mad letters?
2.
When are the mad letters stretched to 4 harakat?
When there's a hamza after it.
What is sukoon?
Sukoon is the absence of harakat.
What are the special letters in the chapter of sukoon?
With bajad.
What are they called?
They're called huroof-ul-qalqalah.
Alright. What do we do with the huroof-ul-qalqalah?
We bounce them.
Why do we bounce them?
We bounce them because if we don't bounce them, their sound gets trapped.
Can we read sukoon by itself?
No.
What does the sukoon need?
It needs a haraka before it.
Hamzatul wasl has 4 rules. What is the first rule of Hamzatul wasl? What is the first rule of Hamzatul wasl?
The first rule is you skip it in the middle.
Okay. So if it's in the middle of the reading, you skip it. What if you begin with it?
If you begin with it, then you say it.
That's the second rule. So what's the second rule? So that's the second rule. So how do you read it? How do you say it? How do you pronounce it?
If there's a lam after it, then you put a fatha on hamzatul wasl.
Can you give me an example? Can you give me an example? Surah Al-Fatiha has some examples. What's the first word of Surah Al-Fatiha?
Alhamdu.
Al. See that? You say Al. Alhamdu. Right? Very good. What is the third rule of Hamzatul Wasl?
The third rule is if there isn't a lam after Hamzatul Wasl, then you look at the third letter. If the third letter has a dhamma on it, you put dhamma.
Very good. So that's the third rule. What about the fourth rule? What if there's no dhamma on the third letter?
If there's no dhamma on the third letter, then you put a kasra on Hamzatul Wasl.
Can you give me an example of that? That's also one in Surah Al-Fatiha. One of the ayat in Surah Al-Fatiha begins with that rule. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Yes, ihdi. So there's the D, dal doesn't have a dhamma, so you put a kasra under Hamzatul Wasl. Ihdi. Very nice. Alright, what is shadda?
Shadda is...
Remember shadda is?
Shadda is a sukoon and a haraka.
How do you know? Because shadda, when there's a letter on the shadda, so shadda letter is actually how many letters? Shadda is actually a double
letter.
Yeah, there's two letters, right? So the first letter has a sukoon, second has a first has a sukoon, second has a haraka. That's why shadda is a, as you mentioned, shadda is what? What is shadda? No. Shadda is what? What and what? You said it before. Shadda is what? What is shadda?
A sukoon and a haraka.
Sukoon and a haraka. So two letters, one has sukoon, one has haraka. So shadda combines a sukoon and a haraka. Very good. Alright. Since the name of Allah has a shadda in it, the name of Allah, is it pronounced, when is it pronounced heavy, when is it pronounced light? The name of Allah, when is it heavy, when is it light?
It's pronounced heavy when there is...
You're making it complicated. There's an easy way of saying it. Generally, the name of Allah is pronounced heavy or light most of the times. Is it heavy or light?
It's heavy.
Okay, what is the exception?
If there is a kasra before.
So how do you say it? You say it's always?
It's always heavy except if there's a kasra before.
That is correct. What do we do when a noon or a meme have a shadda on them?
You do gunna on them.
Gunna. What is gunna?
It's the nasal sound.
What do you do with the nasal sound for gunna? What do you have to do with the nasal sound? What do you do with the nasal sound to make gunna? You're correct. Gunna has to do with the nasal sound. But what do you do with the nasal sound in order to produce a gunna? You have to? You have to hold it. What do you have to do?
You have to hold it.
So you have to hold the nasal sound for how long?
2 harakat.
2 harakat. So again, if I ask you a question, what is gunna?
It's the nasal sound for 2 harakat.
Holding,
The nasal sound for 2 harakat.
that is gunna. If there is a sukoon, if there is a sukoon or a shadda, because shadda is also a sukoon, right? Kind of. So if there's a sukoon or a shadda after mad letters, again, if there's a sukoon or a shadda after mad letters, how long do we stretch the mad letter? If there's a sukoon after the mad letter, how long
6
do we?
harakat.
6 harakat. Can you give me an example? We took a lot of examples, especially in the last lesson, right? So give me an example of where harf mad is stretched 6 harakat because of a sukoon after it.
Alif lam mim.
Okay, so lam, where is the sukoon?
On the meme.
On the meme, right? Absolutely correct. All right. What is the first rule of Nun Sakina? Okay, Nun Sakina has 4 rules, right? 3 are, 1 is easy, the last one is easy. But the first 3, we already know 1, 2, 3, and we know the letters related to them. Remember this? Right? Okay, there are 4 rules, okay? What is the first rule of Nun Sakina?
The first
What do you do?
rule is,
What is it called?
it's called merge.
Merge. Okay. When do you merge the Nun Sakina?
If one of the Yarmulun letters is after it.
Good. If after Nun Sakina comes one of the Yarmulun letters, absolutely. Which letters of Yarmulun do we merge without Gunna?
Lam and Ra.
Why? Why? Because these 2 are special letters, right?
Yeah,
From the Yarmulun. Which letters of Yarmulun do we merge with Gunna? If you take Lam and Ra out, what's left? 4 letters that are left from Yarmulun. Which 4 letters are left? Yan,
Yanmu.
Yanmu, Yanun, Mim Waw. Yan, Mu, right? These 4 letters you merge with Gunna. Very good. Alright, what is the second rule of Nun Sakina called? So if there's no Yarmulun, what's the second rule called? What do you do? Second rule. What do you do? If there's no Yarmulun, what do you do? What's the next rule? What do you do?
Show.
Show. Alright. When do you show the Nun Sakina?
If there's a throat letter after.
If there's a throat letter after it. Very good. Do you know the throat letters? Can you give me an example of throat letters? Letters that come from throat. What do you think? Like?
1.
Any. Like?
Hamza.
Like Hamza. What else comes from the throat? What else comes from the throat? Which other letter? Give me one more letter. What about Ha? Does Ha come from the throat? Yes?
Maybe.
Yes. Ha. Look. Ha. Comes from the throat. Alright. So that's the second rule of Nun Sakina, right? Throat letters. Show because of throat letters. What's the third rule of Nun Sakina?
Hide.
Hide. When do you hide the Nun Sakina?
If the next letter is not a throat letter.
If it's not a throat letter. Okay. Alright, when you hide the noon, sometimes you make the noon, hiding the noon heavy, sometimes you make hiding the noon light. How do you tell? When do you make it light? When do you make it heavy?
If there is a light letter after it, you make it light.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a heavy letter after the noon, you make it heavy.
Perfect. Alright. Okay, what are the two special letters when it comes to hiding the noon? Hiding the noon, there are two special letters, right? For what are those two special letters? Remember when you have to keep the tongue, back of the tongue up?
Qaf and kaf.
Qaf and kaf, yes.
Qaf,
Very good.
kaf,
Alright.
qaf, kaf.
What is the fourth rule of Noon Sakina? Fourth rule of Noon Sakina, which is obvious because it is something that you can see. The fourth rule of Noon Sakina. So if there's no Yarmulun, there's no throat letter, right? So you don't merge, you don't show, you don't hide. What's the fourth rule? You
Merge.
We said you don't merge, you don't show, you don't hide. The fourth rule. Because of ba after. What do you do with the noon? When there's a ba after, when there's a ba after noon, what do you do with the noon? You do something to it. What do you do to it? You change it. So fourth rule is called change. You change the noon into. Can you give me an example? Can you give me an example of that? It was in the lesson number 16, the long lesson. At the end and the bottom of the page, we had many examples. Remember? Give me an example. من بعد. Remember that? من بعد. Alright. So fourth rule is called what? What's the fourth rule called of Noon Sakina? Change.
Noon to meme.
And change noon into meme. Alright. After Noon Sakina rules, we learned Meme Sakina rules. Okay? And in the Meme Sakina rules, there are two special letters we have to remember, right? What are those? In the Meme Sakina rules, there are two special letters. What are they? That if they come after Meme Sakina, you have to do something special. What are those two special letters?
Ba
And?
meme.
Ba and meme. Very good. What do you do if a ba comes after meme sakina? Ba comes after meme sakina. What do you do? The last page we had many examples of meme sakina. Some of them had a ba after meme sakina. What do you do when there's a ba after meme sakina? طيب ترميهم, and there's a ba, بحجارة. What do you do here? What do you do? There's a ba after mim. What do you do here? ترميهم بحجارة. How do you read together? What do you do? What do you think? You make غنة. Say it.
You make غنة.
Read that example. ترميهم and بحجارة. Read it.
ترميهم بحجارة.
Very good. So if after mim sakina comes a ba, what do?
You make غنة.
غنة. What if after mim sakina comes a mim?
You merge.
You just merge? That's it? You just merge? Meme and a meme. What do you do? You just merge, that's it? Or you also have to do something else? Think about it. Meme and a meme. Think about it. There's two memes. What do? Gunna. So you merge? You merge with the gunna. Now these rules are a bit tough, right? Alright. Now finally come to the stopping rules. What happens when you need to stop at a word and the last letter is a mad letter? How do you stop on it?
You stop with med.
You stop with the med. Can you give me an example? So if I give you an example, I said ma hiya. What's the last letter? Yeah. How do you stop on it? Ma hiya. How do you stop on it? Stop on it. Say it. So I'm saying ma hiya. Stop. Ma
hiya.
No. The ya has a fatha on it. Right? The ha kasra. There's a kasra before the ya. So stop on it. Ma hi. Right?
Mahi.
Okay. Afwajan. Ends with alif. How do you stop on it?
Afwaja.
Ja. Good. Okay. If I say huwa, ha dhamma, wow. Huwa. Wow has fatha. If you want to stop there, how you stop?
Who.
Yes. If you want to stop at a word and the last letter is not a mad letter, how do you stop on that? If I say إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين, how do you stop there? Noon is not a mad letter. So if I want to stop on the noon, how do I stop on it? What's the rule? If the last letter is not a mad letter, how do you stop on it? What do you do to it? نستعين. How do you stop on that? إياك نعبد.
وإياك نستعين.
So what did you do to the noon?
I
Mm-hmm.
a sukoon on
You
it.
put a sukoon on it. Yes, you put a sukoon on the last letter if it's not mad letter. And finally, if the last letter is ta marbuta, the closed ta, like al-qari'atu, if you want to stop on the ta marbuta, how do you stop on it? Ta marbuta. If you want to stop on ta marbuta, how do you stop on it?
You turn it into a hat.
Right? So say al-qari'atu. How to stop on it?
Al-Qari'ah.
Al-qari'ah. Very good. Now that was 52 questions because there's one question I added. So that's 52 questions. Alright, so practice these questions. I will upload this for you and you will be able to practice them as well. Jazakumullah khairan. Good job, mashallah. Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have children. We have, inshallah, next videos are going to be on the methodology of how to go from Nuraniya to Quran. Follow the methodology and you will be able to read the Quran very well. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward Sumayyah and to reward me and to reward all of us of working together. Huh?
And Shahruz.
Yes, and Shahruz, because Shahruz also was a partner who was recording the boys series. We ask Allah to reward all of us for this, and we hope that you really enjoy this series and you pass it on to all others for the greater benefit. Thank you so much. Jazakumullah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.